looked at from a biologist's point of view and from a religious point of view, while the facts remain the same. As I look at the history of evolution, I find a very positive message that the life is evolving in the direction of greater consciousness. You see? Until that consciousness becomes so distinct that it evolves into its entity. This is what we call soul. Previous to that, that consciousness is not ripe enough to come into communion with its Lord. Now it has reached a stage where it can live as its own entity, independently. It has developed. And also it can come into communion with an ethereal being, which is of the same nature, of the same origin, not physical, but it has become very close to that ethereal being. So there is a common linkage provided by that refined consciousness. The religion begins. After that, the evolution would take a different course. It would not be a physical evolution anymore. It would become a spiritual evolution for us. And we will be closer to God than ever here upon earth before our death. Yes. So the revival means if we have been acting wrongly, our soul would be born like a stillbirth, like a child with congenital defects, like a blind child, like a deaf child, things like that, like a diseased child. Now the life of that soul would not be a life relegated to a different atmosphere altogether. The healthy soul and a diseased soul would live in the same atmosphere, in the same dimensions. But for one it would be hell, and for the other it would be heaven. You see, like I was hungry and this cup of tea is offered to me and I like it and I would enjoy it. But if I am nauseated and I am ill and somebody offers me a sweet cup of tea or anything, I'll feel that I should slap the face of such a person who is insisting that I must partake of it, To taste of this tea while I'm nauseating within and I'm diseased would be a taste of hell to me. So the dimensions don't change, the atmospheres don't change, the internal attitudes change. The same thing becomes hell and the same thing becomes heaven. Now if you are so used to this, this Western style of life and this dancing and enjoying life, and suddenly you appear before a God where there is no pop music, only attributes of God. That life after that would be hell for you. But here the pop music is hell for you. You like to live with God and nature and love mankind, and you have an acquired taste for more serious things, and when you die you will be closer to these realities and you will enjoy them much more. I think it's time for prayer now. Already we're late. So I thank you for coming.
Are we able to join in the
Yes, please come on.
Come and see you at
Yes, come on everybody.